Good evening. I would like to call to order the regular meeting of the Monee Village Board of Trustees, May 11th, 2022, 6:33 p.m. If I could please ask Reverend Hunt to come up for the invocation.
Good evening, Madam Mayor and council members, trustees. If I may, I just want to extend one last invitation to the Creek Monee 201U Education Foundation fundraiser, the Spring Fling. It is this Saturday at the Monee Heritage Center, this Saturday from 4 to 7, and all are invited. Now may we pray. Wonderful God, our rock and our redeemer, we thank you that great is your faithfulness. You are the same yesterday, today, and forever. You never forget, you never fail, and you always keep your promises. And so we are grateful for your promise that where two or three are gathered in your name, there you will be in the midst. We thank you for your presence at this meeting. Now, Lord, we ask that you help us to fix our eyes on you and let our ears be attentive to your voice, that we may respond positively to the task before us. Set our mind on things above so that we may elevate our discussion and produce wise decisions. We pray for good success in this meeting and for abundant life for the village of Monee. Finally, we pray for a oneness that seeks unity of purpose, a oneness that bridges gaps, and above all, a oneness that is compassionate to all. Now to you be the glory, both now and forever, and it's in the marvelous, the majestic, and the magnificent name of Jesus Christ that we declare all these things. And all the people said together, amen, amen, and amen.
Roll call, please.
Trustee Gonzalez? Here. Trustee Horn?
Here.
Trustee Henson?
Present.
Trustee Rakes?
Present.
Trustee Wilson?
Present.
Trustee Udris?
Present.
Thank you. Open to the public, agenda items only. Moving on to the consent agenda.
Regards to the consent agenda, just before we make a motion, it was brought to my attention and the minutes from the board meeting of 4/27/2022 were pulled, so we can approve the agenda as such and then discuss that one afterwards to approve.
May I please have a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Thank you.
Second.
Okay. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Trustee Horn?
Yes.
Trustee Henson?
Yes.
Trustee Rakes?
Yes.
Trustee Wilson?
Yes.
Trustee Udris?
Yes.
Trustee Gonzalez?
Yes.
Okay, now, just to confirm, the minutes were pulled, those that I've passed out to you all will show under H4. It should have reflected that the bid award recommendation was for well tower number 3 for the water main reconfiguration. Instead of it actually showed the same thing for H3. So it is, the ones that I've passed out to you will be the ones that will be approved and posted, but it just crossed off so you'll see what was there and showing what was corrected. The motion passed, so there's no additional motion needed for that, so just approval of the minutes. If we can have a motion for that.
I'll second.
Roll call, please.
Trustee Henson?
Yes.
Trustee Rakes?
Yes.
Trustee Wilson?
Yes.
Trustee Udris?
Yes.
Trustee Gonzalez?
Yes.
Trustee Horn?
Yes.
Clerk's report.
Thank you, Mayor Bogues. Just wanted to let everyone know that I know I've been screaming about the statements of economic interest. We have gotten everyone in, so we're good. Thank you for your cooperation. End of report.
Thank you. Under my report, the first thing, number 1, is the reminder regarding the fiscal year 2023 draft budget. The public hearing will be held at 6 p.m. on May 25th, which is prior to the regularly scheduled board meeting that day. Are we waiting on Lori?
Yeah, we're still waiting. Would
Okay.
it be possible to move down on the agenda?
Yeah, well, I'll put you at the end. Great. I would like a motion, please, for resolution authorizing officials and staff to attend the 2022 IML Annual Conference, which this year will be held September 15th to the 17th. I know in the past, the trustees have gone. I went last year, and it was really very informative, so if I can have a motion.
I'll make that motion, Mayor.
I'll
Oh, okay, that's what the IML magazine said. Sorry, motion. Second. Okay, perfect, thank you. Any discussion on that? Okay, roll call, please.
Yes.
Trustee Udris?
Yes.
Trustee Gonzalez?
Yes.
Trustee Horn?
Yes.
Trustee Henson?
Yes.
Trustee Rakis?
Yes.
Okay, next, I would like a motion to accept a proclamation declaring the month of May as Motorcycle Awareness Month. For 35 years, May has been proclaimed Motorcycle Awareness Month in the state of Illinois. We are trying to create awareness of sharing the roadways safely. Motorcycle safety and awareness proclamations promote a positive attitude for all road users regardless of the chosen mode of transportation. So I do respectfully request that we execute the enclosed proclamation.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Any discussion?
Are you going to read all the whereases?
No, I read the summary. I can.
That's what Larry usually does.
Roll call.
It is a great time just to remind people that motorcycles, this weekend, a lot of motorcycles were out because we had some great weather, but at the same time, we had golf carts out, and we also had cars and we had children out. So while we're watching out for motorcycles, let's watch out for everybody and be respectful of everybody on the road.
Agreed. Roll call, please.
Trustee Udris?
Yes.
Trustee Gonzalez?
Yes.
Trustee Horn? Yes. Trustee Henson?
Yes.
Trustee Rakis?
Yes.
Trustee Wilson?
Yes.
We will come back to, we're waiting for Lori from First Midwest Bank. She's not here yet, so we're going to run the administrator's report. We'll go ahead and presentation of First Midwest.
Thank you, Mayor. Good evening, everyone. The first item under my report is the resolution in agreement with the state of Illinois appropriating funds for the Court Street improvement project. The Village of Monee determined the need to resurface Court Street from Eastgate to Will Center Road. The Illinois Department of Transportation approved the design. Additionally, the Will County Governmental League approved this project to receive federal surface transportation funds, 80% of the construction costs, plus construction engineering costs, with a federal share of $268,800.00, with a local match of $67,200.00. In order to obligate federal funding for local highway improvements, the Village of Monee is required to enter into a local agency agreement for federal participation for this funding. Therefore, the request is for federal participation in acknowledgement that there is an appropriated sum of $102,400.00 from the road and bridge funds, of which $35,200 will be reimbursed to the Village of Monee by the state of Illinois. The action requested is a motion to authorize the mayor to execute the resolution in agreement.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Trustee Gonzalez?
Yes.
Trustee Horn? Yes. Trustee Henson?
Yes.
Trustee Rakis?
Yes.
Trustee Wilson?
Yes.
Trustee Udris?
Yes.
Resolution number 2022-6.
Thank you. The next item is Seafried Industrial Properties, a plat of subdivision. As Seafried Properties enters into the final phase of closing on the purchase of approximately 55 acres from Location Finders International, they will need approval from the Village of Monee to subdivide the current 87-plus acres of land located at the northwest corner of the Monee Manhattan Road and Ridgeland Avenue intersection. The proposed subdivision would identify the northernmost parcel as Lot 1 and the southern parcel as Lot 2. Lot 2, which is approximately 32 acres, would not be initially developed in this proposal. The plat of subdivision will also create roadway dedications for a proposed east-west roadway to be constructed by Seafried Properties along the northern limits of the land. It will also create a roadway dedication for future north-south roadway, as well as an associated temporary construction easement along the western limits of the land. The future roadway will connect to the proposed east-west roadway at the north end of the Monee Manhattan Road at the existing Amazon signalized entrance at the south end. The action requested is a motion to approve the subdivision of the current existing parcel identified as 2114184000030000 into Lot 1, approximately 55 acres, and Lot 2, approximately 32 acres.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Any discussion?
And then if they will have two separate pins then, or it'll still be operating under one pin?
No, it'll have two
It'll have
separate
two.
pins.
No
See,
separate pin?
My name's Mike Martin. I'm the
Hi, Mike.
attorney for Seafried. So, yeah, it'll have two separate pins.
Thank you.
And we need to record it so we can buy it. And we'd like to try and close on it by the end of next week.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Roll call, please.
Trustee Horn?
Yes.
Trustee Henson?
Yes.
Trustee Rakes?
Yes.
Trustee Wilson?
Yes.
Trustee Udris?
Yes.
Trustee Gonzalez?
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Next item, professional service agreement, Department of Public Works Facility, Farnsworth Group. At the April 27th Village Board meeting, the Village Board approved Farnsworth Group to engineer the new Department of Public Works facility. Farnsworth Group has provided a professional services agreement with the following breakdown of cost and services. They are as follows. Task 1, site analysis, $52,200. Task 2, programming, $40,200. Task 3, design plans and specifications, schematic design, 50%, $87,600. Construction documents, 100%. This is $140,700. Task 4, bid assistance, $9,000. Task 5, construction observation, $106,200. And reimbursable allowance, $5,000, for a total of $556,200, 0 cents. Action requested, a motion authorized the mayor to sign the professional services agreement with Farnsworth Group in the amount of $556,200 and 0 cents.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Trustee Henson?
Yes.
Trustee Rakes?
Yes.
Trustee Wilson?
Yes.
Trustee Udris?
Yes.
Trustee Gonzalez?
Yes.
Trustee Horn?
Thank you, Board. That's the end of my report.
Thank you, Ruben. What was that? All right, back to, under my report, we do have a presentation this evening from First Midwest Bank Wealth Management Vice President Lori Kasich. Did I pronounce that correctly?
That's correct.
Okay. Lori has over 30 years of wealth management experience, including First Midwest and Northern Trust Banks. And Ms. Kasich holds a bachelor's degree in accounting and master's degree in finance from the University of Chicago, and she is also a certified public accountant. So, welcome.
Thank you. All right, with that, should we just go ahead and jump right in?
Jump
Does
right
everyone
in.
have copies?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. All right. So very quickly, on slide 2 is the agenda. I'm going to introduce myself very quickly because the mayor did a nice job of already summing it up. I'm going to go through our investment approach and philosophy, the relationship management approach we take, advantages of U.S. bonds and corporate bonds, and then talk about our reporting, online capabilities, fees and transitions, and then why. Why would you choose First Midwest Bank? So I'm going to skip over, since the mayor already went through my bio, who I am. It's probably more important for you to know the organization that you'd be associated with. So we have $34 billion worth of assets under the umbrella of wealth management. So $34 billion AUM. My experience, I have about $20 billion in assets under public funds, foundations, endowments, and corporate plans. Obviously, in wealth management, you would have a dedicated relationship manager. That would be me. And we have an internal investment management group, so we don't outsource the investment management. We customize each and every single portfolio, particularly when it comes to public funds, because you have your own unique investment policy statement, IPS, but also you have to abide by ILCS 235, the Illinois Investments Public Funds Act. Old National Bank was founded in 1834 and First Midwest Bank was founded in 1940, so both of our organizations have been doing this for a very long time. We have combined assets as a bank, when you put the two of us together, $46 billion. We have 8 states that we have locations in, and we are in the top 35 banking companies in the U.S. So I'm going to very quickly go through the next couple of pages, and happy to entertain any questions that you have. But so on the next page, slide 4 is, who are we? Who are we, First Midwest Wealth Management? We're a comprehensive management firm. Over 50% of our staff have attained professional certifications, so things like CFAs, CFPs, CPA. I myself am also, in addition to being CPA, a financial planner. We have about 150 years of investment experience, and our staff has an average tenure of 21 years. So again, you're dealing with a bunch of people who've been doing this for a very long time. I've been doing this for over 30 years. I'm not going to tell you exact years because I started very young. We are a publicly traded company. We're on the NASDAQ, ONB. How we're different, we are a goals-based investment shop, meaning that we start with you, the client. We don't start shoving our products to you. We try to understand what's your goals, what do you need to achieve, what's your investment policy statement, what's your risk appetite, what is it that you would be comfortable with. And if you want to take it in baby steps, we're more than happy to do that. We're very nimble. You would be dealing, again, we have full transparency, by the way, with a brokerage firm. Sometimes they take their fees out of the trades or they take their fees out of the net price. With us, it's full disclosure, full transparency. You'll see the market value every single day, and you'll see our fees every single month. So full disclosure. Obviously, we have industry-leading resources, so you name it, we have it. I told Susan sometimes I can get carried away just kind of watching the ticker tape. I'm like, I have a job to do. Individual securities, so again, we can do individual securities, as you'll see in the portfolio that I came up with and updated for Daryl. But the most important thing, I think, is you get personalized service. You can call me anytime, any day, anywhere, and I'll make sure that we get the answer for you. I will navigate our organization. I'm not going to say, well, call so-and-so for this or call so-and-so for that. I'm going to be the quarterback, and we believe highly in personalized and customized service. And then the next page is, like I mentioned earlier, you're the focus of our business. So we develop a thorough understanding of your needs and goals. I asked Daryl for a copy of your investment policy statement. So again, I became familiar with it. I worked hand in hand with the portfolio manager. We develop an appropriate asset allocation, and then we constructed a portfolio. Again, very customized to meet your needs. The next slide, our investment process and competitive advantage. Again, you're not necessarily, because you're a public entity, you're not going to be allowed to invest in things like equities. However, just know, again, we have A to Z. So we have a process that we have in place, and we have a time-tested approach. We have a core, what we call a core satellite, and then we have things, or we call rings around that. So we're very familiar in everything that you would need in terms of an investment shop. And again, been doing this for a long time. Slide 7 is we use our own proprietary research. So I have 3 research analysts. They do their own research, and then we combine that or marry that with leading research. And then we put together, again, we put together a customized portfolio. We have an investment committee. We meet on a monthly basis, but we're talking about things on a daily and or a weekly basis. So again, high oversight, lots of risk management, a lot of compliance built in, and that's by design. The next page just talks about our relationship approach. So you're going to get a high level of communication and service client orientation. So again, you're at the center. I'll talk to you as often as you want or as least often as you want. But I'll definitely keep you updated. We have things like market updates. That's quarterly. We do things like monthly reviews. So however often you want us to communicate with you, we have all of the facilities to do so. I am actively involved in all aspects of public funds. So updating your investment guidelines, being a resource for administration, for the board, presenting ideas, bringing results, telling you what other public funds of similar size are doing. And obviously, we'll be providing the investment management and other related services, so the custody, the safekeeping, the income collection, all those normal traditional things. And I will meet with you on a regular basis. Some of my public funds clients want me to come and present quarterly, some semi-annually, and some annually. I would leave it entirely up to you. I'll be here as often as you want me to be. The next slide just talks about the advantages of U.S. Treasuries. As many of you know, it's backed by the full faith and credit of the U.S. government. It is considered the safest investment. It's marketable and it's liquid, so they trade every single day, even though you're buying something that has, a maturity date of 2024, it trades every single day. So if you needed the cash flow in case of an emergency, we could go out and sell that and raise the cash. And even if we get slightly less than what we paid for it, because remember, we're in an increasing interest rate environment, which is new and exciting for public funds. We haven't been here in a while. But as the interest rate goes up, the Fed funds rate goes down, the price of your existing bonds tends to go down. So you'll have a little market fluctuation. But again, we'll manage you through that, and we'll ladder the portfolio to meet your cash flow needs. So some of my public funds clients, they create one account for reserves, meaning we really don't think we're going to touch that. And you can go out 5 to 10 years. And then I have other clients who say these are operating funds. We want you to roll things off, every quarter for the next 2 to 3 years. So again, really depends on you. I drive it around what you want. And then the next page is the advantages of corporate bonds. Obviously, they're authorized by ILCS 235. We can only deal with well-capitalized organizations, those with capital of over 500 million. ILCS 235 changed back in towards the end of 2019, and I noticed in your investment policy statement, the cut and paste of ILCS 235 had only paragraph 4. 4.5 actually allows, so 4 allows you to go out, corporate bonds 270 days, 4.5 allows you to go out 270 to 3 years. So that was something I'd mentioned to Daryl, is you might want to update your investment policy statements to be, or make a statement perhaps in your investment policy statement saying that if ILCS 235 changes, then that overrides our investment policy statement. Because what I'd say about corporate bonds is most times if you go out a little bit longer, you will be rewarded with an additional yield. And it's tough for us to buy things that are going to mature, basically in less than a year. They're locked in. Once they issue them, a lot of people, lock in on those good rates and those good high names. Anyways, and corporate bonds are liquid as well. So anytime if you needed the cash, we could go out to market and sell those. And in the meantime, keep in mind, every 6 months, you're collecting the income. And you get a stated yield on that. So you're collecting that coupon every 6 months. And then on the next slide is in terms of our reporting. So in addition to our investment management expertise, we provide reporting. So there's an online system. It's available 24/7. We have, as I mentioned, monthly or quarterly investment packets. We have reviews, quarterly market outlooks. We'll really customize it to whatever you're most comfortable with, depending on, again, are you presenting to a finance committee? Are you presenting to the board? Is this just an administration meeting or what have you? So you tell me what you want and we'll produce that for you. I will say that most people pull the reports, the standard reports, off of our online system because it's been around for a while. The annual fee that we charge is all-inclusive, so it includes everything. The annual fee for the Village of Monee is 0.25%, and that is charged once every month. So you get charged 1/12 of that annual fee, and it's based on last month's market value, which we feel is really fair because if you do need to withdraw money, then you're not being charged on what was your highest market value during the year in terms of your fee. And by the way, just so you know, because I get asked this question all the time, and you should be focused on how much are you paying for these services, right? 0.25 is extremely competitive. I'll call it our rack rate is 1%. We've gone down to 0.55. We've gone down to 0.35. For you all, since Susan convinced me, that we should go down to 0.25. So again, you're not paying we're going to really a 75% discount off of the standard fee, just so you know kind of where our fees for providing these kinds of services these days. And then the transition, now I believe for Monee, we would probably be pulling the money from the banking accounts that you have at First Midwest. But if you did have funds somewhere else and you wanted us to transition those over, again, we do transitions day in and day out. So the last page really sums it up. Why choose us? And again, as I mentioned earlier, we're service driven. We're not product driven. We offer a personalized investment solution. It would be very customized specifically for Monee. And we did a sample portfolio back in January, and then we changed it up recently. And I'm glad that we did because the yield is much better because now we're in an increasing interest rate environment. But again, the portfolio that we would create for you would be highly customized. It would not be like a portfolio anybody else has. And you really need to be careful because there are cookie cutter firms out there. So you really want to stay away from that. We're not compensated by investment providers, so we don't take what they call 12BC commissions. So if I sell something to you, I'm not getting a commission on the back door either to First Midwest or to myself. You have direct access to the decision maker, so obviously you deal with me. But if you wanted me to bring the portfolio manager, I mean, if you really want to be bored, I can bring him with. I'll talk about bonds all night long. Yeah, if you got insomnia, that might be a good choice. But and you also, we have very competitive fees. I already talked about the fee that we've said for, it would be in place for Village of Monee. But also we provide a 1-year service guarantee. When I first started at First Midwest, I kept taking this last bullet point off. And everybody kept saying, why are you taking that off? I said, no one in the industry does that. That's how confident we are, is that if you're not happy with our service after 1 year, we will give you all the fees back from that first year and you can change providers. So we have I have a, knock on wood, don't jinx me, I have a pretty good go rate. I've not given back any fees so far. And then the next slide really is just, again, it's a portfolio. We did the pricing, it would be last Thursday, May 5th. And created a portfolio, again, that's in compliance with ILCS 235. You'll notice, again, presuming your investment policy statement, you could update that to be in compliance. I did pick corporate bonds that go out more than 270 days. And again, you'll see that, you get well rewarded for that going out further, meaning the yield or the stated coupon is much higher. And those are a little bit shorter terms. And then on the U.S. Treasuries, just did blocks of 100,000. Seems like it's easier when that 100,000 matures, and I can have a conversation with you. Do you need that cash, or should we roll it back into investments? Do you need that cash? Roll it back in. We'll have that conversation pretty much almost every single month, the way that we ladder and design the maturities. But the yield is 2.97. And then obviously, if you took our 0.25 out of that, it's 2.72%. That's a very, very good yield. We're in an increasing interest rate environment, so that yield will continue to get better. So as things mature, we'll be replacing them with even higher yield stated bonds. Okay, I know I did that pretty quickly. That was a lot of information. I saw a couple nodding heads, though, so I think you were tracking. But what questions do you have? You must have questions. And by the way, I did the portfolio for around $3 million, because I understand that you have quite a bit of excess cash. And again, we could narrow this down to $2 million. We could increase it to $5 million. Again, whatever you're comfortable with. If you wanted to take half of it and shorten the maturity date on it and take half of it and elongate it, that would be perfectly fine. Again, it really depends on your cash flow projections. I have some public funds who know their cash flow projections out to 5 years. Some only know a year or two. So it would really depend on your ability to project those cash flows.
I have a
Lori?
question.
Oh, so go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Thank you for your presentation. Very succinct, but understandable. How did you decide on these particular, if we go with this portfolio, this selection of corporate bonds?
Right.
What's your criteria?
Yeah, no, it's a great question, and I'm glad that you asked that. So ILCS 235, and I know I don't want to get into too much of the details, but you'll see like 4 columns from the left. It's called Moody's, so there's Moody's and S&P ratings. So we're only allowed to go BBB and above per ILCS 235. So that narrowed my field pretty a lot. A lot. If I can't go down below BBB, I'm talking with, I'm talking pretty. And then I went to maturity, right? Because you can go out 270 to 3 years. So then I was trying to pick that sweet spot. And then I went with some really good, solid names. Many of these names we believe will probably weather the potential recession. And we keep hearing about shortage of supplies and all those good things. These are good, strong names, and the yield. So it was a combination of a number of things. It's kind of nice. We have a tool where we can go in and say, I want to pick this, I want to pick this, and then it narrows it down for you.
I'm not sure on the ILCS guidelines, but you never use equities in something like this. Is that correct?
You're correct.
Okay.
Equities are not allowed by ILCS. ILCS 235 allows any kind of U.S. Obligations, so U.S. Bills, bonds, notes, and agencies, so things like Fannie Mae, Freddie Macs, Federal Home Loan Banks. It just started allowing these corporate bonds. It started back in 2018, and then they adjusted it to elongate, if you will, the maturities on them in 2019. And then you can purchase municipal bonds. What I will tell you, and you know this as a municipality, municipal bonds are very tough to find, because as a municipality, with the tax law changes, you have to pay off your outstanding bond in order to reissue one with a lower rate, which is when rates were lower. So municipal bonds are hard to find. However, we've now got involved in a couple issuance. So we might be able to smatter in here some municipal bonds moving forward. It's just there weren't any available when I did the portfolio. It also allows any Illinois fund or any Illinois state government fund. So again, it's pretty limited. No equities, no equity funds, no anything that really even breathes like an equity.
Very good. Thank you.
You're quite welcome, and thanks for the questions.
Yeah. Thank you for your presentation, your thoroughness. Who are some of your current clients?
Okay, Susan, help me out, because so we have Village of Alsip, I've got City of Hickory Hills, and then I've got Hickory Hills Park District. I've got Village of Peatone, just right down the road. I've got county, so I've got Lake County, Will County. I have City of City Park. I've got, oh my God, all those miles we put on Susan, and I can't remember. I've got, Oh, my goodness. Yeah, I could send you a
No,
complete
that's-
list if that would be helpful. It's a
No,
lot
that
of
was-
cities, a lot of villages.
If I could interject for a moment, I haven't had a chance to introduce myself. I'm Susan Wade. I'm Vice President of the Public Fund Banking Group at First Midwest Bank, so I actually handle the bank side of the relationship for the Village of Monee. I've been working with Daryl since he started, and his predecessor, I've been with the bank for over 10 years. So Lori and I partner with, a significant number of our clients. And knowing that from the investment side, her investments are off the bank's balance sheet, and my deposits, of course, are on the bank's balance sheet. So there's kind of a Chinese wall, but we still work well together. We're able to make investments, like if you call up and say, hey, we've got, the money coming in from a project coming into the checking account, she can take the money out, at your instruction from the bank over to the wealth management side. So I specialize solely on the public fund side. I'm a member of the Illinois Government Finance Officers Association. I actually up until about 2 years ago, I sat on the finance committee for the city of Naperville, which is where I live. Kind of eat, live, and breathe, everything public funds. So Lori and I kind of tag team with each other for all different sizes of organizations and entities, so.
So while she was talking, I thought of about 5 more. Oh, yeah, that's right. We go there.
So we've got a nice.
So, yeah,
a nice
When-
Village,
when you were
Village of
putting-
River Grove, Village of Maple Park, Orland Park Township, Orland Park Fire Protection District. I mean, so the list goes on and on.
Okay. When you were generating the portfolio for Monee, what stood out to you?
Well, what I can tell you about this portfolio that I did on May 5th is this is super exciting because back in January, I did a sample portfolio and the yield was 1.269, which actually, believe it or not, was kind of exciting to get over 1% for any public fund entity. So what stood out to me is that, one, you're lucky that you have excess cash. 2, it sounds like you don't need it. A fair amount of it is what I would call reserves, meaning for kind of an emergency or something completely unplanned, which again, this is why we create
Capital projects.
What's that?
Capital projects.
Yeah, exactly. Right. But we try to ladder the portfolio such that when you need those funds, then we have maturities coming or whatever the case may be. And also, you're getting in at a really good time. If this is a time to do it, now would be a time to do it. It really stunk the last couple of years. I mean, it was really hard. The clients who we had stayed, but it was really hard to talk somebody into getting just a few more basis points, or even, 70 basis points more than they would on a banking account, because there is market risk. It's, no matter what you buy, corporate bonds, U.S. Treasuries, the prices are going to fluctuate every day. And some public funds didn't want to take that risk in such a low interest rate environment. So I'm very excited. I'm doing lots of these. It's very exciting.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And where is home office for both of you? I know that, Lori, you probably work a lot with Daryl. Are you right here in Monee occasionally? No?
Well, I will come down here anytime you want, which actually would be good, because then I could go visit Piatone. We can work out of any office, but my home office is in Hickory Hills. And part of that was that when we acquired Standard Bank, I took over that acquisition. So I have a nice plush office. You ever want to come there? I'm up on the executive floor. But again, we pretty much go everywhere. I'm, to be honest with you, I'm rarely in the office. My assistant really does. She does all the work. Yeah.
And then I office in the Plainfield office, and I support all of the local branches. So obviously you have a local relationship with the branch that's downtown, fairly down the street, and they call me if there's any issues, if there's any concerns, but I have regular conversations with Daryl. I was just in 2 weeks ago talking about, all fun things happening, so.
And I just got to say, it's very exciting to see someone so excited about bonds. You don't see that very often.
Well, all I can tell you is that after getting beaten up by my personal clients and trust clients and other clients that can go into equities, I've gotten pretty beat up the last 5 months because equities are down significantly. So it's so exciting when I can do a presentation and actually almost guarantee you more than 2 to 3% versus me not being able to tell their clients where the equity markets are going. lot of unforeseens in there.
All right, thank you very much. Appreciate your
Thank
time.
you. Thanks for having us. I appreciate that. And I apologize that I'm not taking 57 back. I can just tell you.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely going the back roads.
Oh, my goodness. Okay, moving on to the officials' reports. Public Works, Trustee Horn.
Good evening, thank you for that. Let me just find my notes here. So, let's talk about the the Iroquois roadway project. So I remember very vividly last time we were here together that we were talking about Linden Street and how that is all torn up. Well, I'm pleased to report that they have restored trees in that area down Linden Street, and I'm sure some other streets as well. And I know they were working on that, I believe, even today, restoration of grass and so forth. And so that's coming along really good. And also today, just a little bit finishing up that project as far as the actual roadways. Bradford Court and Ruby Street from Main to Margaret were resurfaced today, which completes the maintenance project that started last fall. What else here? A branch pickup is going to be Wednesday and Thursday, May 18th and 19th, so that is next week. And branches should be placed curbside prior to the scheduled pickup day in accordance with the guidelines. They should be placed with the cut ends facing the street. They should not be tied in bundles. They should be left loose. They should be cut small enough to be handled safely by one person. Branches with excessive amounts of mud or dirt, such as root balls, will not be picked up. Branch pickup is provided by the village to assist residents with property maintenance. Branches left behind by landscaping or tree service contractors will not be picked up. We also have, we still need some help for the summer in the DPW department, so you can go on villageofmonee.org and take applications for that. And then the Court Street water main project, we're hoping to bid that out, or advertise for bids in June. So everything's coming along very good. End of report.
Thank you, Doug. Parks and Recreation, Trustee Gonzalez.
Thank you, Mayor. Reading of the report tonight, going forth from the last board meeting, Farnsworth presented an outline of the plans for Fireman's Park, the master plan for renovations and development. This plan comes after the completion of the Parks and Recreation Comprehensive Plan, which was passed last March in 2021. The comp plan took a year of meeting with the public, a public survey, and gathering input from the public, its stakeholders, the mayor, the board of trustees, and staff. Compiling a list of needs and desires of Parks and Recreation, both plans are required to apply for those grants. Its first tasks outline the community's desire to see Fireman's Park, which is seen as the center of the community, to be developed and include various amenities. And exciting to see the start of these long-awaited plans to take form by the demolition of the Parks Pavilion this week. I'm sure we all noticed that, which was needed to be taken down. A temporary tent has been put up, and the new pavilion plan will be presented soon. To learn more about the Parks and Recreation Comprehensive Plan, if you didn't know what was all included in all of that, please go to the website villageofmonee.org under the Parks page. And we're excited to see the things to come. And a couple other things too. Monee Women's Club, I just wanted to make mention, was in the final week last week to receive scholarship applications for young ladies in town, seniors who are continuing on higher education, whether it be a 4-year college, 2-year college, beauty school, trade school, or otherwise, we have yet to receive a scholarship application. So we would love anybody in Crete Monee School District, in our home-schooled or any private school who's a senior, a female senior graduating this year already, who is already registered for the fall semester, to please apply for this scholarship. It's a $1,000 scholarship, and we know those local scholarships can go a long way. So if you know of anybody, any young lady that would be deserving, please have them go to the Women's Club webpage and apply from there as well. And just wanted to say thank you for our recent flower sale. Our flower sale fundraiser, again, in a resounding success, and because of that flower sale, we do have scholarship money. Those, those funds from our fundraisers go right into the scholarships. And our vendor fair that was recently held on April 30th, and again, a huge thanks to our new sponsor and host site at New Hope Church on the corner. Pastor Hunt was here before. It went fabulously well. Huge crowd. Lots of the vendors were very excited as well. And our next meeting is next Thursday, which will be at Shoop's at 7 p.m. So if you know a lady that wants to be part of something big in this town, doing something really nice, bigger than themselves, volunteering, helping out the community, to please come. End of report.
Thank you. Finance, Trustee Rakis?
There's not much here tonight, but the village's fiscal year has ended April 30th. Preliminary numbers indicate that the general fund will end with a surplus. The front office has updated all forms with the village's new logo, which include water applications, business license, and the pet tags. All forms are on the village website and are fillable forms. End of report.
Awesome, thank you. Economic Development, Trustee Wilson?
Yes, thank you, Mayor. One new business license has been issued, as we heard last week's presentation by Soulful Botanical Incorporated. Projects Unite and Magnify Monee are moving forward. We have Director Bill Barnes is working on possibilities for Thornton's 2,500 foot of available space. He's also working with Wortman USA, machinery manufacturer redevelopment project. The ICSC conference, which is the International Council of Shopping conference in Las Vegas, 5/21 through the 24th. He will be attending. This is going to be the retail mecca. Tremendous opportunities to bring back potential clients and bring business to the Village of Monee. Looking forward to that. Also remember to shop Monee when available. End of report, Mayor.
Thank you. Building Services, Trustee Henson?
Thank you, Mayor. We've had 75 permits for the month of April, totaling $1,518,653. Again, that's $1,518,653. Excuse me. 19 homes are scheduled for inspections for resale. Rental licenses will be mailed out in the next couple of weeks. They're due by July 1st of 2022. Reminder, the Domino's located at 5701 Monee, Manhattan is now open for business. We had Dunkin' Donuts had a permit issued for a standalone building next to the KFC, and they should be breaking ground any day. Also, a permit was issued for new parking lot for the trailers located at 25101 South Ridgeland, and that's north of the building that houses the Home Depot warehouse. End of report.
Thank you. Public Safety, Trustee Udris.
Thank you, Mayor. For EMA, tonight you notice that Randy Laskus is not here. He's attending mutual aid training with other counties, or other towns within Will County. We're very active in working with our surrounding communities to keep everybody safe. Monee Police Department is still officially accepting applications for new officers. ApplyToServe.com has applications. The information is available on BlueLine.com website and also our villageofmonee.org website as well. Monee will be accepting these, will also be accepting lateral applications in mid to late June. And finally, but certainly not least, Saturday, May 21st, from 11 to 3 p.m. is going to be our lead in Monee, lead standing for Law Enforcement Appreciation Day. It's going to be, like I said, from 11 to 3 p.m. It's going to actually start with a parade. If you're interested in being in the parade and want to decorate up your car or truck with the Blue Line decorations, meet over at Sheepdog. Lineup will start at 10 a.m. And will work its way from there at 10:45 and end up at Fireman's Park for the celebration. There'll be free raffles for any officers. There will be other raffles and a 50-50. All proceeds of this will be going to the Officer Down Memorial page. If you can remember from last year, Officer Stephen Crescenti was doing burpees for all of the downed officers in 2020. Well, this year he's going to be doing push-ups for every officer who died in 2021, a staggering total of 607 push-ups that he will be doing. So come out and show your support for him with that. There will be an award for the most popular canine, and of course there'll be plenty of food and prizes and much more. So if you'd like some information, more information than that, leadinmonee@gmail.com, or you can call 815-412-0109 to get more information. End of report.
Great, thank you. This evening, no attorney's report. Any unfinished business? Any new business? Open to the public. All right, if I can have a motion to adjourn for executive session for 820 ILCS 12/5, Section 5, collective bargaining / contract negotiation.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Trustee Wilson?
Yes.
Trustee Udris?
Yes.
Trustee Gonzalez?
Yes.
Trustee Horn?
Yes.
Trustee Henson?
Yes.
Trustee Rakis?
Yes.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Trustee Horn?
Yes.
Trustee Henson?
Yes.
Trustee Rakis?
Yes.
Trustee Wilson?
Yes.
Trustee Udris?
Yes.
Trustee Gonzalez?
Yes.
Thank you. May I have a motion to adjourn, please?
Make that motion?
I'll second it.
Trustee Horn?
Yes.
Trustee Henson?
Yes.
Trustee Rakis?
Yes.
Trustee Wilson?
Yes.
Trustee Udris?
Yes.
Trustee Gonzalez?
Yes.